Hey guys, it's almost the end of the year here. It is December 21st, 2022. So if you're watching this and it's not this time of the year, it's still applicable. But what I'm doing this time of year is I'm actually calling my entire Sphere database. In fact, I call my Sphere database 6 times a year is my goal. I shoot for, and everybody on our team also does the same thing. And one of the biggest things that allowed me to grow quickly was having a database and feeding it constantly. So what I mean by that is always having a reason and a piece of value that I'm able to call my database with and actually offer to them. Because we all know, we've all heard the scripts, ring ring. Hey, you're looking to buy, sell, invest in real estate in the next 6 months. That script gets really old really quick. So what I came up with after I called probably 1,000 people asking that with that script. That gets really old. You can't call that person back 2 months later down the road and ask them the same thing. It doesn't work. They get really annoyed by you and they're never going to answer the phone from you. So what we started doing, we started building events of value or pieces of value that we could actually call every 2 months to every single person and offer to them. So this time of year, we just had our Christmas event on last week, Thursday. And so what we did, we called every single person in our database, invited them to our Christmas event. And we ended up having like 130 people show up. Awesome event. We had sponsors help pay for the entire thing. So it was a win-win-win all the way around. Our sponsors got publicity, our agents on our team and myself, we got publicity, and then our Sphere database was able to come to this awesome event. So now planning out our next year, which you should also start doing no matter what time of the year you're watching this, you can always start planning the next 12 months of what you're going to do to build your business, is start putting a game plan together for 2 months down the road. Because like I said, we want to contact everybody every 2 months so that we're contacting everybody 6 times a year. I have a lot of people in my database, so it takes me a while to get through that entire database, but we have a process for it in our CRM system where I can track who I haven't talked to in the last 60 days. That allows me to go through and say, okay, everybody in my database that I haven't talked to in the last 60 days, this is the list of people that I need to call today. And I just start calling down that list. I just call. And every time I call a person, I log that phone call, and then my CRM system pings that person's been talked to within the last 60 days and eliminates them out of the list of people I need to call. And again, I'm calling these people with a piece of value. So what we're going to be doing, since we just had our Christmas event on the end of December, now March 1st, which is 2 months down the road, we're going to host another event, which we're going to host a buyer seminar or a seller seminar or investor seminar, something of value that we can offer to our database where I can call my friends and family and say, hey Johnny, this is Dan Jerseth giving you a shout back. Hope you're having a good spring and surviving this winter. By the way, we're going to be having a buyer seminar on March 1st. I'm just curious if you or somebody you know, friends or family that you happen to know, who might be interested in coming to this event that I'm going to be hosting. And then you wait for a response. You hear them out. They're most 90% of the time they're going to say, oh man, I don't really know, but if I do run into somebody, I'll let you know. Awesome. I appreciate that so much, man. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Keep an eye out in the mail for another invite to that event, just in case you do think of somebody, and I appreciate you thinking about me. Have a good rest of your day. Simple as that. It's not like I'm making a sales call to this person. I'm literally calling them, offering them value. And that is all you can ask for. Most real estate agents are all about taking. I'm not asking for anything. I'm just seeing if they want to join my event that I'm giving out to the public for literally free. So another example of something that we do throughout the year is we give away ice cream gift cards. So I literally call through my entire database and I ask every single person in my database how many ice cream gift cards they want. So each gift card is good for 1 scoop of ice cream at Ramon's downtown. So that's just another example of what we do. And let me tell you, if you make a consistent basis to call your entire database, 1 out of every 10 people who live in your database is going to do business with you in the next 12 months. That is how we've scaled up our business in a way that's predictable. It's very easy to predict. If I want to close 100 deals this year, How many people do I need in my database that I'm talking to 4 to 6 times a year? 1,000 people. So if I have 1,000 people in my database that I'm consistently marketing to through text message, direct mail, social media, phone calls, events, all this stuff, I should be able to get 100 transactions. It makes planning a lot easier. If I want to do 200 transactions, well, I know I need to ramp up my systems in order to talk to 2,000 people a year. Okay, and obviously there's logistical things that may stop you from doing 200 transactions, but it really is that simple. Maybe you don't want to do 200 transactions, that's nuts. Maybe you want to do 20. Okay, take 20, times that by 10. You know you need to have 200 people in your database that you're consistently talking to in order to get 20 transactions closed throughout the year. So it's very simple to scale. It's easier to plan out your year, and it's very easy to hit your goals if you know exactly where you need to be, and then put your energy into those metrics consistently and purposefully in order to hit those numbers. So, moral of the story, guys, if you don't have a database put together already, start putting that together. And then step number 2, once you have that database, how are you feeding that database? And even though I've been in business for 5 years and I have 1,400 people in my database already currently, I'm constantly feeding it all the time. What I mean by that is not feeding it. Yes, I'm feeding it like marketing materials, but I'm constantly growing it. Because think about this, 1,400 people, there's going to be consistently people who move out of our area or pass away, or people who just aren't going to do business with me, or they get a new phone number. So basically, a lot of that data, a lot of that contact information in my database currently out of the 1,400 people is going to kind of shed away like dead skin in a way. It's going to be like, it's not going to be useful information to me anymore. That's why I need to consistently, continually build that database to 1,500, to 1,600, to 1,700, and continue to grow that. And we teach our agents the same thing. Every agent on the team is we host events, we want them to add people to their database, we get a sign call, we get a call off of a sign that somebody's interested in a listing that we have downtown Eau Claire. That person gets input right into our database. Now that's another person that we can add into our cycle of marketing, our contacts, our conversations, event invites, all that fun stuff, and they become part of our world. Maybe even giveaways, like we've done Quick Trip gift card giveaways, I've done Packer ticket giveaways. All these are really good ways to build a database quickly. And one of the first things I did when I got into this business in order to build my database was actually I did a Packer ticket giveaway, and I DM'd every single person in my Facebook in order to get their contact information. And I just said, hey, if you want to be part of this Packer ticket giveaway, shoot me your phone number and your email. And those are the only 2 things that I need in order to put you into this Packer ticket giveaway, which is awesome. I mean, I think I spent like $500 on these Packer tickets, and which is a really good value. I mean, I would have entered into the drawing too. Once I got everybody's contact information in the database, from that point, I would literally call every single person and I would ask them what their mailing address is. And once I did the drawing, it was awesome. I made a little online live event where a bunch of people logged in and tuned into my Facebook Live. But once that event was over, that's where the fun really started. I was able to input them into my database, put them on an email campaign, a text message campaign, invite them all to events, because what's the hardest thing? How are you going to invite somebody to an event unless you have their phone number? So I got their phone number. Then when I called them, I asked them what their mailing address was so I could send them a postcard invite to our Christmas event or send them ice cream gift cards. And so now at that point, this whole process was I got their phone number through the giveaway, I got their email through the giveaway, now I got their mailing address. Now I'm able to literally hit them from every angle. And we do a 66 touch program where we send somebody who we have all the contact information for. We send them twice a month a market report for what is happening in their neighborhood around their residence where they live. We send them once a month email to kind of update them with the team or any events that we're hosting. And then they get a text message, again, with updates, what we're doing for events most of the time. And then the last contacts are our phone calls that we make throughout the year. So that's a 66 touch program. So everybody in our database gets touched that many times throughout the year. It seems nuts, but guess what? It works. And just like any other branding, like what's the first toothpaste company you think of, or I think of Colgate. Guess what? I guarantee that they have the highest marketing budget and they have the most amount of touches throughout the year. But guess what? It will pays off for them because they're the number one toothpaste company that's stuck in my head is Colgate. And I have a brand awareness, and when I see Colgate, I have an automatic trust for them, and I will normally buy Colgate or for me it's Sensodyne because I have sensitive teeth. Fun fact. But and then what's the first soda company I think of? I think of Coke. Coke is everywhere. It's kind of like the American brand, right? And how often do you see the Coke brand? And you get the point. The people who are going to be marketed the most are going to be the most memorable, and they're going to get the most business. Plain and simple. And you don't necessarily need to have 1 million people in your database. You just need to have a certain number of people, whatever number that makes sense for you for your goals, marketed to consistently, better than anybody else, and that person will do business with you over time. So hopefully this is helpful for you, and I hope this helps you build your business. We'll talk to you soon.